BSF foils the attempts of incursions, guns down 5 infiltrators along the international border in Taran Taran in Punjab. Huge cache of arms and ammunition. An intensive search operation is underway. Delhi Police Special Cell arrests one ISIS operative from Dala Kwa after an exchange of fire. IEDs and revolvers recovered. Search operation continues. Recovery rate from COVID-19 rises to 74.69% in the country. Over 22 lakh patients have recovered. Record over 10 million tests conducted yesterday in India. Flood situation improves and remains grim in several parts of Bihar. The relief and rescue work continues on a war footing. Normal life out of gear in Madhya Pradesh due to heavy rains. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan convenes a review meeting with state officials, directs officials to set up 24/7 control rooms in all districts. WHO extends hopes to recover from the world's corona epidemic, the pandemic, in less than 2 years, and says that the pandemic could be controlled sooner than the Spanish flu of 1918. Over 2.31 crore corona cases worldwide, more than 8 lakh people have died. Ganesh Chaturthi festival is being celebrated today with full devotion and enthusiasm across the country. The Delhi government has imposed a ban on public worshipping of idols in public places and celebrating at community level due to the corona epidemic. President, Vice President, Prime Minister extend their best wishes to the people on Ganesh Chaturthi. Namaskar and welcome to the news. I'm Mark Lynn. Let's begin with our top story. An encounter has raged between forces and terrorists in Salusa of Khirri area in the district of Baramulla. A huge exchange of fire was witnessed by locals in the outskirts of the village. Meanwhile, the SSP of Baramulla, Qayyum, has confirmed about the encounter and has said that they had inputs of 3 terrorists hiding in the area. And he said that the encounter has taken place in an orchard. Meanwhile, firing continues and the encounter is on as per our latest reports. This is the second encounter in the area in the last 4 days. An encounter started between the joint troops of 176 Battalion of the CRPF, the Special Operations Group, Kriri, 52 Rashtra Rifles and terrorists during the cordon and search operations. This happened at about 11:45 hours. 1 terrorist was eliminated. 2 more terrorists are believed to be trapped. 5 infiltrators were killed by Border Security Forces troops along the international border in Taran Taran area in Punjab. Alert troops of 103 Battalion of the BSF noticed suspicious movement of intruders violating the international border. Upon being challenged to stop, the intruders fired upon the BSF troops who retaliated. Resultantly, 5 intruders were shot. 1 AK-47 and 2 pistols have been seized. An intensive search operation is underway. And Sudhakar Das now joins us with further inputs on the story. Well, Sudhakar, seems to be some heightened activity that's taking place on the international border area. Can you fill us in with, the details? Apart from this, there was also an incident in Baramulla. All these can be linked to, activity that's coming in from our western neighbor.
देखिए लगातार खासतौर से अगर बात की जाए तो पिछले 1 साल में जब से आर्टिकल 370 हटाया गया तब से लगातार पाकिस्तान की तरफ से घुसपैठ की कोशिशें की जा रही है वेस्टर्न बॉर्डर की तरफ से। और जम्मू कश्मीर में हम जानते हैं कि आए दिन ऐसी घटनाएं होती रहती हैं, लेकिन पंजाब बॉर्डर से और इस तरह से इतनी बड़ी मात्रा में वो भी आर्म्ड इंट्रूडर्स, ये हाल के दिनों में मार के इस तरह की पहली घटना है। लेकिन हमारे अलर्ट बीएसएफ के जो ट्रूप्स हैं, जो हमारे जवान हैं, उन्होंने इस जो घुसपैठ की जो कोशिश थी, साजिश थी, उसको नाकाम कर दिया है। हालांकि पहले इन घुसपैठियों को कहा गया था पीछे जाने के लिए, लेकिन बदले में इन्होंने फायरिंग शुरू कर दी बीएसएफ जवानों के ऊपर और उसके बाद एक मुठभेड़ हुई, मुठभेड़ में इनको मार गिराया गया है। तलाश अभियान अभी इसलिए चल रहा है क्योंकि फिलहाल जो 3 हथियार बरामद हुए जिसकी आपने जानकारी दी, जिसमें एक AK-47 भी है शामिल, लेकिन इसके अलावा 5 जो कॉन्ट्राबैंड के पैकेट्स भी बरामद हुए हैं, विच इज सस्पेक्टेड टू बी हेरोइन। तो इसके अलावा तलाशी चल रही है। वो जो इलाका है, अभी वहां धान की फसल लगी हुई थी, जो खेत है वहां खेतों में पानी भरा हुआ है, कम से कम 1 से 1.5 फीट पानी भरा हुआ है, तो उसकी वजह से तलाशी में थोड़ा सा वक्त लग रहा है। लेकिन किसी भी आशंका को खारिज करने के लिए ये तलाशी अभियान चलाया जा रहा है। और हमको पता है कि पिछले 15 दिन में 2 बार कॉन्ट्राबैंड के पैकेट भी पकड़े गए हैं। पंजाब से लगी जो सीमा है हमारी, वहां पर एक तरह से कह सकते हैं कि चाहे कॉन्ट्राबैंड हो या फिर जो आर्म्स स्मगलिंग हो, इसके जरिए पंजाब में आतंकी घटनाओं को, टेररिज्म को फ्यूल करने की लगातार ISI कोशिश करता रहा है। इसके अलावा अन्य तरीकों से भी वो आतंकवाद को भड़काने की कोशिश करता रहा। तो एक तरह से वो लिंक जरूर हो सकता है इसका। टेरर फाइनेंसिंग के लिए भी आर्म स्मगलिंग या फिर जो कॉन्ट्राबैंड स्मगलिंग का इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है। लेकिन ये एक बड़ी घटना है।
Yes.
और कम से कम पिछले 1.5-2 दशकों में इस तरह से एक साथ 5 आर्म इंट्रूडर्स मारे गए हो, ऐसी घटना कम से कम मुझे तो ये याद नहीं आ रही है।
Right, indeed. And when we look at the timing also, we have to see that because of COVID, perhaps the enemy thinks that we are letting down our guard, but we see that 103 Battalion of VSF was alert. Can you tell us a little bit more about the troop allocation on the Punjab international border?
देखिए, करीब 3,500 किलोमीटर की सीमा जो वेस्टर्न बॉर्डर है, जो पाकिस्तान से लगा हुआ है, 3,200 किलोमीटर से ज्यादा का जो बॉर्डर है इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर पर, वहां BSF तैनात है। और एक तरह से कह सकते हैं जो पर्याप्त मात्रा में, खासतौर से पिछले साल जिससे ही इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर पर जब से पाकिस्तान की तरफ से आतंकवादियों को पुश करने की या फिर इन्फिल्ट्रेशन की घटनाएं जो लगातार बढ़ी, उसकी वजह से एनफोर्समेंट बढ़ाया गया। तो एक तरह से कह सकते हैं पर्याप्त मात्रा में ट्रूप्स की मौजूदगी की वजह से ये अटेम्प्ट फॉइल किया गया। लेकिन कई घटनाएं आप लिंक करके भी देख सकते हैं। मार्क, ड्रोन्स की जरिए आर्म्स गिराने की कोशिश हुई है, बड़े सुरंग बनाकर उसके जरिए घुसपैठ करने की कोशिश हुई है, लगातार कॉन्ट्राबैंड भेजे जा रहे हैं ताकि टेरर फाइनेंसिंग की जाए। तो ये आपस में
right, Sudhakar. In fact, we also joined on the phone line by Salman Qazi, who is joining us from about the Baramulla encounter, joining us from Srinagar. Well, Salman, when the reports that we last got said that the encounter was still on. Can you fill us in with the details? There's a second encounter. This is the second encounter in the last 4 days. So there is a heightened activity over there as well.
Yeah, definitely. This encounter is taking place in Salusa Kriri, and as everybody would remember that there was an attack on a CRPF Naka, and in which 2 CRPF men and 1 JK police personnel was killed. And after that, there was another encounter in which 3 militants were killed who had participated in that attack. And after that attack, we had seen some videos surfacing about how the attack on the CRPF was carried out. So there was a propaganda element also. But right now, what we are getting is that in the same area, in the Salusa area, it's a Kriri in North Kashmir's Baramulla district. Yes. There has been a fighting that has been going on. Exchange of fire is going on also currently, and 1 militant has been killed. According to our local sources, there are 2 more militants who are believed to be hiding there, and there has been fighting that has been going on since around 11:30. So definitely second encounter in 3 or 4 days, and a lot of activity in that area.
Indeed, and Salman, we know that this is a joint operation of the Special Operations Group, the 176 Battalion of the CRPF, the 52 Rashtriya Rifles also involved. So there is sufficient forces on the ground, one would think.
Yeah, definitely. There are lots of forces, and most of the time, mostly when it is an intelligence-driven operation, so forces make their preparations. the security grid. They have been doing these operations since last 30 years, so they know what they are doing. So
Okay.
this is a very professional mix of forces, and everybody knows what they have to do and how they have to do. So definitely there are sufficient forces and they're sufficiently trained also.
Thanks very much, Salman Qazi, for those inputs. Moving on to our next story then. One ISIS operative was arrested with improvised explosive devices by the special cell after an exchange of fire in Daula Khwa area of Delhi. Pramod Singh Kushwaha of the Delhi Deputy Commissioner of Police, the Delhi Police Special Cell, said that IEDs and revolvers have been recovered. According to the investigating agencies, a specific area in Delhi came to be targeted. However, the exact target has not been confirmed as yet. Efforts are underway to ascertain the target. At the same time, search operations are going on in Delhi and outside of Delhi on the terrorists' trail. The flood situation is still grim in Bihar, although the flood water has receded from some localities in Muzaffarpur and Darbhanga. Over 81 lakh population spread over 130 blocks and 1,322 panchayats of 16 districts are still facing the wrath of floods. Over 5,000 people have been sheltered in 6 relief camps in Khagharia and Samastipur. And in Darbhanga, the water has partially receded from 40 panchayats, but 180 panchayats are still marooned in the district. The situation has improved in Muzaffarpur and Samastipur districts. Relief and rescue operations are being carried out on a war footing. The ration under the public distribution system and the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana is being distributed through boats at the doorsteps of the beneficiaries in Samastipur.
पीडीएस का राशन पहुंचाने के लिए नाव पर ही वेइंग मशीन और पॉस मशीन फिट करके पीडीएस का कश्ती बनाया गया है, जो जहाज गांव-गांव जाकर के जो पानी से घिरे हुए हैं उनको जाकर के पीडीएस का खाद्यान्न उपलब्ध कराती है। आज तक हम लोगों ने 91% खाद्यान्न का वितरण कर दिया है जिले में।
Rail traffic has been restored on the Samastipur-Darbhanga rail section of the East Central Railway.
बाढ़ से प्रेरित होने के कारण सुनील डीलर साहब हमारे यहाँ राशन लेके आए हैं, नाव से घर घर बांट रहे हैं और एक राशन का कोटा फ्री में आ रहा है। इसके लिए धन्यवाद हम नरेंद्र मोदी जी का देते हैं।
And as we said, rail traffic has been restored on the Samastipur-Darbhanga rail section of the East Central Railway, which was closed for the last 28 days due to floods. The Divisional Railway Manager Ashok Maheshwari said that traffic on this rail section was suspended since the 24th of July because of the spate in the Bhagmati River and also on the rail bridge number 16 between Hayaghat Talwara station. In Madhya Pradesh, heavy rains have lashed several cities of the western part of the state. Now, after the torrential downpour on Friday in Bhopal and other cities of Madhya Pradesh, people woke up to another round of heavy rainfall activity. Life in many districts has been affected due to water logging. Water levels in several rivers also have increased, and the river Narmada and Tapti are flowing near the danger mark. 5 gates of Thaba River's barrage were opened to release water. The Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in 6 districts of Madhya Pradesh. An orange alert has also been issued in 12 other districts for the next 24 hours. The Chief Minister, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, has convened a meeting with state officials to review the situation because of the heavy rains in the state. The Chief Minister has directed that steps be taken in this regard.
आज ही मैंने उच्च स्तरीय बैठक में समीक्षा करके कंट्रोल रूम, चाहे वो प्रदेश का हो, 24 घंटे सक्रिय रहेगा और हर जिले में आपदा नियंत्रण के लिए हमारी टीम बनी हुई है। जिला मुख्यालय पर भी कंट्रोल रूम 24 घंटे कार्य करेगा। सारे कलेक्टर्स, एसपी, संबंधित अधिकारीगण, एसडीआरएफ की टीम सक्रिय कर दी गई है, तैनात है। और कहीं बाढ़ की स्थिति अगर बनती है, जल भराव की स्थिति बनती है, उससे निपटने के सभी इंतजाम कर लिए गए हैं।
And moving on to our next story then, in Maharashtra, Mumbai, Thane and Navi Mumbai received moderate to heavy rainfall in the last 12 hours in the range of 70 to 100 millimeters. The cloud over Konkan region has reduced, but there is intense echo over Navi Mumbai, Mumbai suburbs. The IMD says that satellite images indicate that dense clouds remain over parts of North Madhya Maharashtra adjoining Marathwada. The IMD has issued an orange warning for the Vidarbha region for the next 48 hours. Now let's take a look at the update about the COVID-19 figures from across the country. The recovery rate has crossed 74.69%. The case fatality rate has fallen to 1.87%. Over 22 lakh people have recovered from the virus thus far. 63,631 recoveries were recorded yesterday itself, taking the cumulative total to over 22.22 lakhs. And with this, the recovery rate currently stands at 74.69%. India's three-pronged strategy, which is testing, tracing and treating, is proving to be a success. One tangible outcome of this strategy is that the fatality rate has dropped to 1.87%, with 55,794 deaths recorded so far. The number of active COVID-19 cases in India stands at 6,97,330, which is 23.43% of the total cases reported so far. India has crossed the milestone of 1 million COVID-19 tests in the last 24 hours, and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare said that aggressive testing coupled with efficient clinical treatment has resulted in almost 100% increase in recovered cases in the last 21 days. It added that more than 10 lakh people have got tested in the last 24 hours. 10 lakhs, not 10 million, in fact 10 lakhs. Total number of samples tested so far stood at 3,44,91,073. Samples tested in the last 24 hours are 10,23,836. Our correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya spoke exclusively to the Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan, and the Health Minister gave us insights on testing and vaccine program of the government.
Joining me is Union Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan to talk on the current scenario of our COVID-19 in the country. Sir, we have been achieving milestone after milestones. You just said that we have achieved one more million mark in testing. Tell us more on that.
You see, you will recall that couple of months back we were doing only a few thousand tests. We have already done 1 million tests yesterday. You know, we have the best recovery rate in the world today. It has reached almost 75%. Every day our fatality rate is getting better, in the sense that it is lower than the previous day. Today morning data showed it as 1.87%. It's, I think, a remarkable performance on the part of India. When people had projected over 300 million cases in India in the month of July, August, we have not even reached 3 million, and out of those 3 million, 2.2 million have already recovered and gone back home. You see, started this new makeshift hospital which has been created with the help of one of our premier labs of CSIR. And we intend to create many more hospitals like this in collaboration with CDRF.
Talk about that. There is also indigenous vaccine program that we are working on, a 3 indigenous vaccine program. Tell us what is the status of it and when can we see that in the market?
You see, although there are many vaccine candidates which are working in India as well as outside the country also, but 3 vaccine candidates are already in the clinical trial phases, 2 in the phase 1 and phase 2 trial, and the third one in phase 3 clinical trials, and I hope that in the next couple of months we should successfully complete these trials, and once we have discovered an effective, successfully implementable, useful vaccine, we shall certainly ensure that India procures those vaccines and we start giving them to our most vulnerable people to begin with.
Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated across the country today. The auspicious 10-day festival has begun with gaiety and religious fervor. The festival marks the birth anniversary of Lord Ganesha, and public gatherings will be avoided, of course. People are asked to immerse the idols at home. Ganesh Chaturthi this year is being celebrated in an eco-friendly way. President, Vice President have greeted the nation on Ganesh Chaturthi. The Prime Minister tweeted greetings on the auspicious festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. May the blessings of Bhagwan Shri Ganesh always be upon us. May there be joy and prosperity all over. And amid COVID-19 pandemic, well, the most awaited festival of Mumbai and Maharashtra, Ganesh Utsav, promises to be different this year, obviously, and some have in fact opted out of celebrating altogether. Others are forging ahead with a slew of precautionary measures. Our correspondent Shishir Shallar brings us this report from Mumbai.
Every year, the 11-day festival of Ganesh Chaturthi is by far the biggest community celebration in Maharashtra. There is a bright devotional atmosphere in the surroundings, in Mumbai and elsewhere across the state. But this year, the shadow of Corona has dimmed the spirit of the celebrations of Ganesh Utsav. One can neither see the tall Ganesha idols nor the long queues of devotees waiting to offer their devotion. State government has called for a simple and low-key Ganapati festival celebration this year in view of the COVID-19 pandemic and asked that Ganesh Mandals undertake social welfare programs instead. Hence, to contain the spread of the disease, Ganesh Utsav organizers in the city and state have called off large-scale celebrations. State governments have issued guidelines for Ganesh Chaturthi this year. Even the iconic Lal Bagh Cha Raja will have a low-key setting this year. The Mandal has decided to not install the idol at all. Instead, it has organized blood and plasma donation camps and provide financial assistance to the families of policemen who died of COVID-19.
ये सब माहौल देखते हुए और लालबाग का राजा के दर्शन के लिए आने वाले जो करोड़ों भाविक हैं उनकी संख्या ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने इस साल बड़ी कठिन मन से हमने ये निर्णय ले लिया कि इस साल लालबाग का राजा का गणेश उत्सव नहीं मनाएंगे, पर उसके बजाय हम लोग यहाँ पे आरोग्य उत्सव करेंगे, हेल्थ फेस्टिवल करेंगे, जो आज के दिन में हेल्थ फेस्टिवल की जरूरत है.
On the lines of Lal Bagh Ganesh Utsav Mandal, some of Mumbai's more famous mandals like Sahyadri, Ganesh Gali, GSP Ganesh Mandal, etc. have decided to keep the celebration a low-key affair.
इस साल ये कोरोना की पार्श्वभूमि ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार के निर्देशानुसार एक बहुत ही स्मॉल स्केल पे ये गणेश उत्सव हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं. हालांकि आप देख रहे हो जहां ऊंची मूर्ति हम मुंबई के राजा की बनाई जाती थी वहां 4 फीट के शाडू माती की गणेश जी की प्रतिमा हम प्रस्थापित कर रहे हैं. और इस साल कोरोना के वजह से यहाँ भीड़ न हो, इसीलिए बहुत ही कठोर निर्णय मंडल की तरफ से लिए गए, जैसे कि आम भाविकों को हम घर में बैठ के ही ऑनलाइन माध्यम से गणेश जी का दर्शन दे रहे हैं.
Ganesh Utsav is intrinsic to the tradition and culture of Maharashtra, but this year, due to coronavirus, it is being celebrated with simplicity. Vignaharta Ganesha removes every obstacle, but with the corona pandemic sweeping across the world, prayers will definitely be offered and are being offered to remove all obstacles and bless everyone with a healthy and prosperous life. With Shishir Shallar, Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, in Delhi, priests offered prayers at the Ganesh temple in Delhi's Connaught Place. Rituals are being carried out on a small scale, and devotees are not allowed inside. They are not allowed to gather inside the temple premises. The government has issued guidelines, instructions also for the authorities concerned on Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations. The government has prohibited the setting up of pandals idle immersion in public places and large congregations. The celebrations have begun in the city with restrictions in view of the corona pandemic. The morning Aarti was performed at the Siddhivinayak temple in Dwarka on the occasion on this auspicious day. And let's conclude by looking at these mesmerizing visuals of elephant worshipping Lord Ganesh. With that, we conclude this bulletin. Thank you very much for being with us. Namaskar.